parents, you are not alone. If your child is struggling with things like ADHD or immune system challenges, developmental delays, sensory struggles, seizures, or really any difficult diagnosis, our team and I have been there and we've walked through it, both with our own families or with families that have come in through our office, and we are here to help. Because the truth is, when you meet our team of doctors and care advocates at Haven Family Chiropractic, we all have a story of what got us here, to be able to help kids and help families with complex neurological struggles and challenges. And for the majority of us, it was our own kids and their own challenges that started us on the journey. Our team consists of moms and dads of children that have been diagnosed on the spectrum, rare diseases, special needs, had traumatic birth injuries, needed to work through big major allergies and chronic immune system issues or gut problems, dealt with motor and sensory and speech delays. We've seen and experienced it, and that's why we want to help you. This video is for moms and dads, of course, and especially those who are looking for doctors and a team of caregivers who listen, who understand, and will guide them through their child's health challenges. This video is all about your story and how likely that our story is similar to yours. Because parents are looking for answers, from diagnoses to action steps to a healing journey. I want to share a little bit about my story and what got me to chiropractic. And there's a lot of tidbits within my story that resonate with a lot of what parents are feeling with their children, with their families, and their struggles. So it's not widely known. I mentioned it a couple of times to people within the office. So I used to compete in powerlifting at a pretty high level, collegiately, internationally. I had a lot of fun. I was actually really good at one point in time, which is partially why I'm still like a bigger dude. I lifted a lot for a long time. I was ranked in the country. I was ranked in the world. It was a lot of fun. And so when I got to college, because I did it all through high school, I enjoyed my college experience. Things were readily available to me. However, I was still training and competing like a maniac and as if I was invincible. As we know, things that are made of parts are eventually designed to break down and wear down, and our bodies are no different. And I was still training and competing and doing all of that stuff, and I was partying and having fun on the other end. That set up things for a recipe for disaster, and I developed a significant back injury. Now, I know my back injury is not a spectrum disorder or ADHD or sensory issues. Sometimes I joke about my sensory issues or my ADHD-like tendencies, but what really resonates with parents when I share my story is the events that I went through. So my back pain was crippling. I would wake up, I would take a dozen ibuprofen within the morning next to a protein bar and some water. I would turn on the shower as hot as it can go, and I would sit in the shower for 20 minutes so that way I can relax my muscles enough to be able to walk to class in the morning. I'd take another handful of ibuprofen or Advil or Tylenol or whatever at lunch, and then I would take another handful of about a dozen or so before bed, and I'd set out the dozen so that way when I woke up in the morning, I had it right there waiting for me. Because I was in college, I also had things that were readily available to me in terms of substances and things like that. Not the most ideal situation, but it was college, so it was acceptable. But I was escaping something. I was running away from something. It was pain. It was discomfort. It was things within my life. It was those types of injuries, and I didn't want to admit it. But I ended up having unfortunately, had a different injury to my knee, and I went to the campus doctor, and I was like, hey, can you check my knee out? They're like, sprained it. Here's some meds. I was like, hey, by the way, I have this weird back pain that I've had for about 3 to 6 months. Can you check it out? Is there anything you could do? At the time, I was 17, 18. And I was told, we'll write you a script for some muscle relaxers and some stronger pain meds. And if it doesn't clear up within 3 to 6 months, we're going to schedule you for back surgery. And so as a 17, 18-year-old, full of piss and vinegar, I got angry. And it was my childhood and it was my upbringing that we trusted doctors. And I'm not saying I don't trust doctors. I am one. But that was the person that I was supposed to go to fix a problem, to figure out what I needed to do to get this problem taken care of. And I was told that more drugs, because I was already on a ton of them, or surgery, which was going to destroy my powerlifting career, were my only two options. So I got angry, and I won't share the words with you, but I got escorted out of the doctor's office, and then I set out my journey to figure this out on my own. And so the part there was like, I didn't have somebody that was willing to advocate for me, or that really was well equipped to be able to take care of me. And so I had to become my own advocate and figure out what it was that I needed to do for myself to be able to make myself happy, healthy, vibrant, resistant, resilient, all of the things. And that's the part of the story that resonates with parents, is that you don't have anybody to advocate for you. There's no other provider that walks with you along the way. And there's really no one that's equipped to help you in the way that you're looking for, outside of medications, surgery, or therapies that you've already tried. And so I set out on my own. I did everything under the sun. Acupuncture, acupressure, everything, you name it. I even went to a chiropractor. Now, this chiropractor was 9 months pregnant. I'm a big dude. It just was not a good matchup. And so that was one of the things, unfortunately, that just was one of the pieces to the puzzle. But I kept trying. I did PT, I did massage, I did acupuncture, acupressure, yoga, breathing, and swimming. I did all the things. I went home for the summer, and my mom and my sisters were seeing a chiropractor because my sisters had been in a car wreck. They were seeing some amazing changes. The chiropractor was helping a lot. He was a male. He was helping a lot with my sister and her asthma. And my mom was like, I don't understand what's going on, but like, your sister's asthma is clearing up. Your other sister's hip mobility and all kinds of sleep stuff are changing. Your brother's just feels good. And then I'm getting work done too. She's like, I want you to try chiropractic. I was like, I already tried chiropractic. It didn't work for me. I went a couple of times. It didn't do it. And so he's like, I'll pay for it while you're here during the summer. And I was like, oh, I'm a broke college kid. I don't want to pay for this stuff. And so I did that. We sat down, we chatted. He's like, what's going on? How are these things influencing? I can't lift. I can't sleep. I'm taking all this pain meds. Nobody has been able to help me. Can you help me? He's like, this is what we got to do. Your body can heal. We just got to let it do that. So you got to take a break from lifting. We're going to get you adjusted. It's going to be a little intense in the beginning, but we're going to get you taken care of. And sure enough, within a couple of weeks, I was feeling like $1 million. We decreased my frequency, kept on going throughout the summer. I say that I've never had back pain since. I've never had that issue since I saw him. And so what was really amazing for me, and this is part of my story and part of my why, was looking back, especially when I got to chiropractic school, I was like, had I have gone the other way, I never would have went to chiropractic school. I would have had crippling back pain. I probably never would have made it out of college due to the substance abuse that I was doing. And I never would have made it on the other side. That's the other part of the story that resonates with parents, is that there is another side of the storm. There is another side of life where kids are happy and healthy and thriving to the best of their abilities, regardless of their ability. And that's why I do what I do. The difference for me was that I found somebody that listened, that knew how to take care of me, that knew what I was going through, and that knew what to do to get me onto the other side. He sat down and he listened. He told me about chiropractic and the amazing things that can happen under chiropractic care. He didn't make empty promises. These are the things that we see. Yes, we can get you out of pain. Yes, we can help you sleep better. Yes, we can do all of these things. And you may have a whole lot of other things that come out of it too. But that was the biggest thing that pushed me over the edge and actually changed my entire life trajectory. Because surgeries fail. Back surgeries especially fail. I was already on a ton of meds. I was already abusing substances because it was readily available to me. So more drugs was not the answer. I needed somebody that could set up a specific plan for me to get my body to heal, to allow me to function better, to become more resilient, and allow my body to do what it was designed to do, which is to heal and to function as close to 100% as possible. And just like me continuing to search for answers and look for help, there is nothing more powerful than a parent's endeavor or their journey in looking for hope and answers and help for their children. Don't ever stop doing that, because it's always worth it. If you're interested in the next steps on the journey and what chiropractic care can offer, we would love to first talk to you about your story, because we can relate. Send us a DM on Instagram or our Facebook, or even give us a call to be able to talk to one of our care advocates. If you're like me in my story and are new to the idea of chiropractic, let alone pediatric chiropractic, check out our website. Go through and walk through our what to expect and the 5-step clinical process of a personalized consult, neurological testing with the insight scans, creating and formulating a customized care plan, and the report of findings visit, or the full report visit for you, for your family, for your child. Because that's where we guide you through it all and how we care through neurologically focused chiropractic care. And be sure to check out more of our team's stories on our About Us page, because you're likely to find one similar to your own.